Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. I do try to get that out in one breath, and it doesn't ever happen. So, hello, everybody. I'm so happy you can join me. Hopefully, you guys have had a great day. Mine started out good, and then I decided to try to find a shirt that I was wanting to wear today. Couldn't find it, so then I decided to rip everything out of my closet, reorganize it, which I just did it last year, and I needed to do it again, and I got rid of 2 big black trash bags of clothes that I'm going to donate, and I'm trying to organize. And then I had to take my husband for his hand surgery. So I didn't plan that very well because my closet is still a hot mess. And I shouldn't have started a new project until I finished the the BOGO project that is right behind me. So I've gotten some of the BOGO items off the table onto the cart, ready to wheel into the closet till the next BOGO. I really need to just concentrate and focus on doing one thing at a time instead of like 19 things and have a huge mess in every single room of my house. But that's not me. Not me at all. I have to be a little tornado everywhere I go. But that's a little bit about my day. Bo is home. He's recovering. He's doing okay. They ended up removing a good portion of his bone in his thumb. The doctor said that it wasn't repairable, so she had to remove it. And she actually kind of made a little funny joke and said she put a zip tie in there to connect the bones back together. It really wasn't a zip tie, but it kind of made Bo feel a little bit good knowing he had a zip tie in his thumb. But he's in the house, and I am going to head back in there. He's due for some more meds at 8, so hopefully he's not climbing up a tree by the time I get in there. So, hopefully you guys had a great day as well. Good evening, Anna, Darlene, hello. Thank you. Yes, it's been quite a few months for us, so hopefully things are going better. Cross your fingers, right? That's all we can do is hope for the best. Anyway, so today's project is the Bottle of Happiness. I really loved all of the sentiments in it, but one of them kind of struck me, especially with everybody's lives being so crazy. And it was just sending a message, and a message in a bottle, and the sending a message I kind of thought was a super cool idea. And cheers to Stampin' Up! For coming up with that. So that is what we're going to be playing with tonight, and I decided to continue to do all the 5 new in colors because for the month of March, Stampin' Up! Is offering the free inks, all 5 ink pads, all 5 re-inkers, the Glimmer Paper, the Designer Series paper, and the grid paper, all free for if you sign up to be a demonstrator. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do Facebook Lives. You can just be your happy shopper. Anybody and everybody is totally welcome. So I wanted to kind of continue with that theme on showing you different ways to use the designer series paper, the Glimmer paper, and all of the new inks. Okay, let's scoot you over and we're going to get started. Hello, Valerie. I don't know if I said hi. Did anybody else log on while I was yakking up a storm? Okay, if you're logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Oh, I thought I pushed you down and I didn't. Okay, so here is the little flyer that Stampin' Up! Sent us, and everybody got one of these that came to bingo, and if you didn't, I will definitely do an email on it as well. So until May 31st, you get all of these items in your starter kit. So you get to pick $125 in product, anything you want, and Stampin' Up! Is going to include this, and it's like a $66 value or a $67 value, and that is free with this promotion that's going on. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Beverly. We were just talking a little bit ago. So this is the Bottle of Happiness. So it does come with the punch, and it also has these little shaker domes. They are super cute and super fun. You can pull these out. You can use your blender pens and color on the inside of the dome, and it kind of gives that water look, the water effect to it. So these are fun. Let me bring in the catalog to kind of show you. That's what they did up here in the corner. is they took, it looks like the pool party. They took the pool party and just colored the inside of the dome. And do you know those little shakers that you get in your shoes or your handbags? You can color those with our reinkers and let them dry, and you can make those any color you want, and you can put those inside of the little shaker as well. I don't know if that's what they did there, but you can also do that. Okay, so here's the stamp set and sending a little message. I thought that was so fun and so cute. You can definitely stamp this inside and maybe a mementos, depending on if you're using a colored to stamp the vase. But all of these messages can go inside the die or inside the vases as well. Okay, we're not using the punch for today's project. Let me show you what we're doing. We're doing this card. I didn't put anything on the inside, but you could definitely stamp something, maybe stamp some more of the leaves on the inside. Maybe we'll do that on one of the cards. But I wanted to focus on the Glimmer paper and the designer series paper, plus all of the inks. This one is Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party. I decided to use the Parakeet Party on each one of these because I wanted the leaves to kind of stand out a little bit. But you could also do the tone on tone. Is beautiful as well. Okay, let's get started. So the first one we're going to do is Portrait Oasis, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it right in half at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to fold that, give it a good crease, and let's go ahead and glue the inside down first. I kind of always forget that, and I have to go back and do it later. So let's just try to remember to get it out of the way first thing. And I like having the white on the inside so you can write your sentiments. Hello, Valerie. How are you? There we go. And let's bring in, let's do our stamping first. So the basic white is 3 1/4 by 3. Hold on. I just lost what it was. 3 1/4. Oh, by 4. I was so close. So the basic white is 3 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp in the Orchard Oasis first. So I'm going to bring in the base of the bottle. And I'm not going to quite stamp it all the way to the left, but I don't want it in the center either. So I'm going to stamp it right there. Perfect. Clean this off so I know I won't accidentally ink it in the wrong color. How many of you guys have done that? Me more than once. So now I'm going to bring in the flower piece. This is all one piece, so you don't have to worry about making sure everything's lined up with your flowers. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to come down here and stamp right above the vase, or right above the neck of the bottle. Give that a good press because it is a larger image. Perfect. Clean that off. And then I'm going to set that aside. We're still going to use it one more time. But I want to do the Parakeet Party first. So I'm going to ink this one up. And these are all of the leaves and the flowers that go on the inside. And this actually lines up pretty easy. I'm just kind of hovering over. And now I'm going to press down. And now you get that beautiful two-toned color. This Orchard Oasis is actually quite gorgeous. And you can choose different sentiments, but I wanted to do all of these sending a little message. I think I have a million friends that could use a card that says this. And you could really even leave it blank. If you don't know what to write in it, just leave it blank. So I'm going to come over here. I don't know if I inked that up well enough. And I'm going to stamp this right to the edge. And I forgot, darn it, I even came out extra early. And I meant to bring in our in color gems. And I didn't bring them. Dang Skippy. That's okay. But I will put a couple of our in color gems on these as well. Now watch how this Orchard Oasis just pops once it gets attached to the Parakeet Party Designer Series paper. Oh, voila! Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's scoot that over to the side, and I want to bring in these two pieces. So this is the Glimmer Paper. I did bring it over so I can show you. You get 4 sheets of each color, I believe. Maybe it's 5. I've used quite a bit of it, so 1, 2, 3. I think you get 4 sheets of each color, but I don't know if the camera will show the beautiful Glimmer Paper, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And then the Designer Series paper is just as marvelous. And this one you do get 4 sheets of each design. But absolutely beautiful. You could use any design on this card and it would be phenomenal. So there's that. I chose the little flowers. So what I want to do, the DSP is 1 by 5 and the Glimmer is a 1/2 by 5. You do need mini glue dots. Anytime you are trying to attach anything to Glimmer paper, you have to use mini glue dots. Otherwise, it will never dry. So I'm just putting 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. And I'm just going to have a smidgen poking out. That's why I only did a little 1/2 inch. Now we're going to flip this over and put some adhesive on here. Put some on both sides. And I'm just going to attach it to the left side of my card. I don't want it super close, but I don't want it super far away either. Just maybe 1/4 inch. And now this guy I'm going to flip over and grab some dimensionals. 1 in the center, because us ladies don't like nothing that sags. Peel those off. And now we're just going to attach this to the front of our card. And I don't want it right in the center, but I just want to make sure you can see the Designer Series paper and have a little edge on this side as well. And had I brought over the little in-color gems, I would have sprinkled some of the in-color gems on there as well. But look how gorgeous that card is, and it's super easy. Literally, you don't need a lot when you have amazing products. So on the Parakeet Party, well, let me bring this one in first. On the Sweet Sorbet, I did Parakeet Party Glimmer Paper just to offset the colors a little bit. So I'm going to do the opposite on this one. I'm going to do this Sweet Sorbet as the offsets. Well, where's my Glimmer Paper? I know I cut it, and I bet it's not in here. Oh, dang it. It must be on the table. Hold on, the table's right here. Let me go grab it. Okay, it wasn't on my table, but that's okay. My trimmer was, and I have the paper right here beside me. So we are just going to cut a piece. Easy peasy. So I'm just going to come up here and trim off. You know what? It's right here. It was on one of the other cards, so one of the other ones. Oh no, it is. I did do that wrong. Sorry, I am quite with it. We're doing the Sweet Sorbet, I think. I don't know what I'm doing on this card apparently. Cut this to 5 inches. I think that's what I'm doing. We're doing the opposites. So I think this piece should have been, it's okay. We're going to go with this. We're going to make it work. Not exactly what I had in mind, but that's okay. So I'm going to do the Sweet Sorbet in the bottle. Not Sweet Sorbet. Parakeet Party. There we go. And I'm going to do Sweet Sorbet for part of the flowers. This was going to be a makeshift. There was a method to my madness, and I've forgotten my method. But that's okay. It happens, especially on a live. Never fails. Bring in the flowers. Line this up. Let's see if I can line this up right. There we go. Clean those off. And we're going to do the parakeet party in the sentiment. And if you don't like it, there's always two sides to your basic white, so flip it over. We'll see if this is going to work. Close those up so I don't get my fingers in it. Remember, I know I probably have said this a million times, but you will thank me when you're attaching something to glimmer paper. Always use mini glue dots. And the glimmer paper is actually ombre, so it's darker to lighter. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, Jessica, you are so right. You can make anything work. There was a specific method, and I can't remember what my method was, but it's still going to be gorgeous. And whoever gets it in the mail is going to be super excited. They are. I wish I could really tell if doing a Facebook Live, if the pictures show how gorgeous they are as they do in person. I really hope so. Flip that over, grab some glue dot or dimensionals. One in the center. Peel off, and don't forget to sprinkle with your rhinestones once you get them. There we go. Perfection. Hopefully we have enough time. I didn't even look at the clock, but let's do the Tahitian Tide. That one's a mouthful to say sometimes. Tahitian Tide. They actually did a live, the CEO did a live on some of the colors if they kind of coordinated and went with past colors. It was actually pretty cool that they were close, but they are definitely different, which I really like. Okay, so this one we're going to stamp in Tahitian Tide. Let's stamp this not quite in the center. Oh my gosh. Look how gorgeous that color is on the whites. Oh, love it. We're going to do this one in Tahitian Tide. And when you're stamping this guy, make sure that the two little, I don't even know what those would be called, that they're facing up. That's how I figured it out. The first time I did not do it right because I thought it was one of these other little pieces that it went to, but it isn't. Make sure these little two pieces right here are facing up. Just a little tidbit of advice when you're doing this card. Let's grab the parakeets. We're going to stamp the leaves. It's actually super quick and super easy to put together. Perfect. Stamp this right on the side. Ooh, the next one, let's do something a little bit different if I can remember once we get there. I'm going to stamp off one time on the bottle so we can stamp the sentiments in the center. Let's see how well that one works. So if you're using the same color, you can stamp off once and you'll get a lighter version of it. So when you stamp your sentiment on, it will be darker and more bold. Sorry, I was off camera putting the mini glue dots on. We'll do it on the last one. Hopefully we have time. I didn't even look at the clock. There we go. Some adhesive. Yes, Anna, it is a super easy card. And it showcases everything that you want to. The beautiful designer series paper, the beautiful inks, everything. I just lost my dimensionals there. I would pretty much lose my head if it wasn't attached, I think. I think all of us are like that. You just set something to the side and you're like, I was just here 3 seconds ago. And then you end up opening a new pack, and then as soon as you open the new pack, you find it. Okay, that's absolutely phenomenal. Those colors are striking. So beautiful. Okay, so let's do the last card, and then I'll bring them all in, and we're doing the Starry Sky. So I'm going to make sure my stamps are cleaned off. I'm going to ink up the Starry Sky. And I am actually going to live on the wild side a little bit, and I'm going to stamp the corner of the inside. So I've stamped off once. This is going to go on the inside, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to stamp this one in the center. So it's a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to bring this sending a little message, ink that up, and stamp it full strength. Stamp that right in the center. So cute. And it works. Okay, so this one we're doing in Starry Sky. There we go. And this one we're doing, we can close this because we're not using it anymore. And we need the Parakeet Party. If you love the new in colors, I would definitely suggest getting the starter kit. Even if you've been a demonstrator before, you can totally re-sign up and get all of the amazing deals. There we go. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's bring in all the papers. And yes, I think this one's going to be super duper striking as well. Perfect. Mini glue dots. And you really only need, you could really get away with just putting one mini glue dot maybe in the center, because you just need something to tack it down just so you can glue it down to your card base. That's really the only reason why I'm putting this on there. Because once it's glued down, once you put the adhesive on the back, it's not going anywhere. I just did it for easy. I forgot to score these last couple, so we're going to flip it over. Nobody will ever know. You probably didn't even notice I forgot to score it till I told on myself. That's why I don't lie. Because I, 1, always get caught, or 2, I end up telling on myself. So, yep, just nip it in the butt early. Don't do it. I don't know what made me say that, but it's the truth. I would feel guilty if I didn't tell you I forgot to score those. I'm like, why did it little pucker in there? Okay, last card, and oh my gosh, I don't know which one might be my favorites. And I'm going to try to do something else. I know I probably shouldn't, but I think I'm going to. We're going to stamp the inside. And I put an extra piece off to the side because it's going to hang off. And I just didn't want to mess up my Facebook Live table. So for the ones that don't like to write a lot, this is perfection. You only have a little space to do your sentiments. And I think I might do this on all of them. Not that I don't want to write. I should rephrase that. I just think it looks pretty. So this is going to be the inside piece. There we go. And I'm going to pull in the stamp set and see if overflowing with happiness. Sending a little message, overflowing with happiness. Now we have a little bit less to write on there. That is going to be so cute. And I'm going to do it in a different color and make sure it's going the right direction. I almost stamped that upside down. There we go. Okay. This one might be my favorite now that I see it and it's all put together. I really like this on the inside. Good thing I forgot to do the insides on the rest of the cards. See, I tried to be proactive and get it done, but it's a good thing I didn't. There we go. Look how fun and pretty these cards are. So this one we did extra on the inside, and you can write your sentiment right here. And let's bring in all the colors. I did use the Parakeet Party on all of the cards, just because I wanted the leaves and stuff to be green versus the tone-on-tone color. So yeah, I think they turned out super duper fun. Hopefully all of them are in the camera. I know it's kind of hard to see and get them in, but I love them. I think they are so much fun, and I used almost everything that you get free in the starter kits. So if you're interested in it, I did put a link before I went live, and if you want to chit chat about it, feel free to reach out. I'm sure we're not going to be getting much sleep tonight because Bo has to sleep on the couch or his chair to keep his arm elevated. And God forbid the dogs jump in the bed and hit him, or I reach over and hit him on accident, of course. I don't want that on my conscience. So he's probably sleeping on the couch tonight, only for good reasons, not for bad reasons. Okay, so if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody next Tuesday. And then next Saturday is card class. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.